The offseason is going to bring a lot of changes in the AFC South. The hope for the Indianapolis Colts is that those changes in the AFC South mean good things in 2026. We're going to talk about all of them in today's episode of Colts Talk. But first, it is a race to 1,000 subscribers. It is Colts Talk against the Rams Report right now for Chat Sports. Colts fans, where are you at? Hit that sub button, and if you already have, make sure you send it to somebody else and let them know about the channel so they can subscribe too. A whip around the AFC South right now, how it could affect the Colts, how they look at 2026 as their opponents change things up, begins with the Jaguars. Grant Udinski, their offensive coordinator. Look, coaching changes are tough both because you lose somebody and then have to replace them. I don't care if Grant Udinski doesn't call plays for the Jaguars. There's a clear belief in him to be a part of that coaching staff, and then when he leaves, which it looks like he could be gone, they will have to replace him. Udinski right now in Jacksonville is one of the leaders for the Cleveland Browns job. He got his second interview request with the Cleveland Browns. I think it's going to come down to Udinski or pitcher from Cincinnati. So it's going to be an interesting, kind of battle there. And it looks as though, if that happens, of course, not only will the Jaguars lose their offensive coordinator, no, he doesn't call plays, but again, part of the staff. And then you then have to shift things around, replace Udinski. We're going through it. Coaching changes in Jacksonville, essentially. Also, as the Jaguars look to improve on their double-digit win season and playoff appearance, honestly, a pretty solid playoff game performance. I definitely think something to build on. I will note, no first-round pick for the Jaguars in this upcoming draft. Just like the Colts, they do not have a first-round pick. It is from the Travis Hunter trade. The Jaguars traded with the Browns to move up to the number 2 slot. Big thing there, the Browns get the Jags first-round pick this year, and they got an extra second last year, and then a little bit of swapping, but essentially that was it. The Browns got a second last year and a first this year. So the Jags looking to get better. They will lose a coach and have no first-rounder. Again, just updating you on some things going on with other teams in the AFC South. New coach in the AFC South, head coach, that is. Robert Saleh. Reports are the Titans will hire him. I will say from the tracking I did yesterday, from preparing this show yesterday, our Titans host, our boy Brett Alper, he had Matt Nagy as the leader, as the favorite to get that job in Tennessee. It was Nagy and Saleh visiting Tennessee yesterday. Best man wins, right? Saleh clearly impressed enough in Tennessee to become the next head coach of the Titans. My belief and the belief around the league is with the situation in Tennessee, I think it looks like Saleh has a better situation than he had with the Jets, mainly because of the quarterback he had, right? If you've got a quarterback, everything else can fall into place. I believe that in the NFL. If you've got your quarterback, the focus on other things will only make you better, and that's why I think the Titans are going to be better next season under Robert Saleh. They can expand that defense. He can get his schemes in there. I'm already seeing he possibly brings in Mike McDaniel as his offensive coordinator in Tennessee. He's got his quarterback. They've got a lot of interesting things happening for the Titans to get a good coach, which I believe Robert Saleh is, I don't know about great, but a good coach. I do think so. And again, having a quarterback should help him greatly. Colts fans, the Titans got better with this hire at head coach. Before we go through the other teams and possible changes and things they are dealing with, who wins the AFC South in 2026? Is it the Colts? Is it Texans, Jaguars, Titans? You see what to type for who. All you got to do is pick your winner for next season. If you want to do it now, great. If you want to wait till the end of the video, feel free to do so. But pick a winner for the AFC South in 2026. For the Texans, coming off a playoff win and then a major playoff loss. And the big one there is their quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Again, I am the host of our Ohio State show. I'm a C.J. Stroud fan. I like what he's done so far in his career. I actually am impressed. He bounced back overall this season. He got the Texans to the playoffs. He helped, get them to second place in the division. The question now, though, the narrative now, though, the vibe has changed in just 1 week, in just a few days. Stroud's extension was set to get done this offseason to get the money ready, pick up his option, make Stroud a part of the future. After these 2 playoff games, and he wasn't good against Pittsburgh, and he really wasn't good against New England, which, by the way, I think is crazy because to play the game that he played against Pittsburgh and kind of identify the issues and then get worse is really, really bad, both for the coaching staff and for Stroud overall. You see his numbers from those 2 playoff games. And again, he was set to get his extension. The reports were this offseason. Now, seeing the reports, my personal thoughts, and checking in with our Texans host, Jeremy Chuggs, looks like it's going to be a pick up an option, tag him. It's wait and see now, which is crazy because 2 weeks ago it was Texans want to get his deal done now so they don't deal with it later. So the quarterback of the future in Houston is now quarterback of the future ? With CJ Stroud. Look, the division overall for the Colts, I believe it is up for grabs. I don't think it is a great Jacksonville year, so it's Jacksonville's. I don't believe it's the Texans have been consistent over the last few years, better than all the teams up and down, so it'll be their division up for grabs. No, I think the division overall is up for grabs. Titans have a chance to improve. You can't forget mainly where the Colts were at last season. I'm not forgetting, a terrific start, leading the division, looking like they found their quarterback, looking like they had their coach. Chris Ballard saving his job. Carly Gordon high-fiving on the sideline. I won't forget that spot for the Indianapolis Colts. I don't think the Jaguars can win double-digit games the way they did this season. Maybe still close or get into the double digits, but not quite as many as that 12-13 win mark again next season. I don't think so. I think there is real turmoil in Houston. I think the Titans are better, and I think all that could shift out, even out in a way that the Colts still land in a good spot next season. Thought is, the division is up for grabs. Anything could happen with the AFC South. Subscribe for more Colts content. Boy, do we have a lot happening. Yes, we have draft content to talk about. I don't care about no first rounder. You still have to have a good draft. Free agency is going to happen. You never know with coaching staff changes and storylines and all that in the offseason. So be sure to subscribe to Colts Talk.